a funny walking stick. To pay Mrs. Tweed back for the worm in his spaghetti, Mr. Tweed thought up a really clever, nasty trick. One night when the old woman was asleep, he crept out of bed and took her walking stick downstairs to his workshop. There he stuck a tiny round piece of wood, no thicker than a penny, onto the bottom of the stick. This made the stick longer. But the difference was so small the next morning Mrs. Street didn't notice it. The following night Mrs. Street stuck on another tiny bit of wood. Every night he crept downstairs and added an extra tiny thickness of wood to the end of the walking stick. He did it very neatly so that the extra bit looked like a part of the old stick. Gradually, but oh so gradually, Mrs. Street's walking stick was getting longer and longer. Now, when something is growing very slowly, it is almost impossible to notice it happening. You yourself are actually growing taller every day that goes by. But you wouldn't think it, would you? It's happening so slowly you can't even notice it from one week to the next. It was the same with Mrs. Street's walking stick. It was all so slow, and gradual that she didn't notice how long it was getting even when it was halfway up to her shoulder. That stick too long for you, Mr. Twist said to her one day. Why, so it is, Mrs. Twist said, looking at her stick. I've had a feeling there was something wrong, but I couldn't, for the life of me, think what it was. There's something wrong, all right, Mr. Twist said, beginning to enjoy himself. What can have happened? Mrs. Twist said, staring at her old walking stick. It must only have grown longer. Don't be a fool, Mr. Twist said. How long a walking stick possibly grow longer? It's made of that wood, isn't it? That wood can't grow. Then what on earth has happened? Cried Mrs. Twit. It's not the stick, it's you, said Mr. Twit, grinning horribly. It's you that's getting shorter. I've been noticing it for some time now. That's not true, cried Mrs. Twit. You're shrinking, woman, said Mr. Twit. It's not possible. Oh, yes, it jolly well is, said Mr. Twit. You're shrinking fast. You're shrinking dangerously fast. Well, you must have shrunk a lot of foot in the last few days. Never, she cried. Of course you have. Take a look at your stick, you old goat, and see how much you've shrunk in comparison. You've got a shrunk. That's what you got. You've got a dreaded shrunk. Mrs. Street began to feel so trembly she had to sit down.